There we go. Here we have an opponent. Yeah, as you can see, unfortunately, and first of all, let me see if this guy is cheating, because if I lose against him, I lose like, I don't know, 20 points. And let me start with d4. Bad thing with 15-10 is that no one plays it. Simple as that. You get people rated around 1800. But yeah, let's try to play a good game and see if I can teach you something decent. So, what can I do at this point? Obviously, you can play a lot of stuff. I don't want to go for c4 at this point. I don't want to go for the Catalan. I want to play a closed setup. So I could play the London, but I would like to play a Collie system instead, because the Collie system is indeed pretty good. So I'm going to start with knight on f3. Really simple move. Let's see what my opponent does. Knight on f3 and just not saying to my opponent what I want to do. At this point though, I'm going to surprise him. I'm going to play e3. Now e3 looks like a terrible move. I'm blocking the bishop. But in reality, it is just a way to play. It's perfectly fine. Now my opponent replies with bishop on f5. So what can I do now? I reply with bishop d3 anyway, because this bishop is a bit annoying. I want to trade it. If you take, I develop the queen. So I think I'm completely fine. The queen is developed, consolidated the position. Now I think I should castle. c4 is a move at this point, but first I'm going to castle and then I will decide. Obviously my opponent has to castle too and is probably going to castle short. I don't think he's going to castle long. He's building a really solid setup, a semi-Slav setup I would say, and he already gave the bishop, so I think he's playing in the correct way. And I'm going to play c4, then to put some pressure on the setup he created. And I want to play knight on c3 probably, or even knight on d2. Rook e1 and go for the e4 push. Knight on c3. I would like to play b3 and play bishop b2, but before doing that, if I manage to go for e4, I think I'm going to be completely fine, and probably better too. There isn't already a clear way to stop this, but I'm going to play rook on e1. Still, you can't really do anything about this. Rook on e1, just preparing it more. Just adding more pressure on this file, and I'm going to play 4. And after I played it, I think I have a really good position, and instead of playing bishop on b2, I'm going to develop the bishop on this diagonal probably, and see if I can have a good attacking position. So we took, obviously, we take with the knight. Don't see why not. They decided to take this one. I'm not sure about that. I'm just going to take. Okay, you want to play knight on f6, but now everything looks really passive to me. I would like to play queen on h4. Just have to be sure you don't have stupid discoveries. I don't think you have. I mean, you could play this, but I'm not even sure what that does. So yeah, let's go for this. Queen on h4. And I probably want to go for queen on g3. Just that I need to play bishop on h6, even though you would have this move. So I need to be careful. Another idea could be to play knight on e5. Knight on e5 and just bring the rook. In this case, feels really logical to me to sacrifice a piece. But if I do, I'm wondering if I actually lose. So I need to be a bit careful. Let's say I take with the bishop and you play this move, attacking my queen. I would have this one. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to lose in any possible way. Let's say I play this and you play this, I just go back with the bishop. It decided to take. And this looks really bad for black. Not gonna lie. I move this, I bring this. So let's start with rook on e4. Don't see why not. I don't want to move the knight because the knight is defending really important squares. So it makes sense to me. Let's say you play bishop on g5 anyway. I also have a rook on g4, pinning the bishop. And they decided to move the king, another good move. Let's start with h4. h4 makes sense, and just preventing bishop on g5, or even knight on g5. Let's see what my opponent does. Yeah, I thought about this move, and I thought the punish was this one, which is probably though. So yeah, let's go for it, knight on e5. Pressure on the pawn. That only mate, so you probably had to play this or this move. And he moves the queen, defending the pawn. So he's threatening to play f6. But I'm wondering what can I do in order to prevent that, and I don't think I have a move in order to prevent that. I could play this, so in case you play this, I just play this. But after I play h5, you can play, for example, bishop on g5, and I can resign. I guess I'll play rook on e1. Just trying to bring all of my pieces. No, you can play this. I have to move the knight back. You're going to play this. But I don't care, because if you actually play queen on g6 after we played, I win this pawn. And we are equal in terms of material, because I won 2 pawns with the sacrifice. So yeah, I'll just go back with the knight. Still well placed anyway. And now you have to defend this probably. I don't think trading pieces benefits you that much. But yeah, this isn't an opening I usually play, but this is the strongest 1700 ever. Okay. But finally played a bad move. At least I hope it is a bad move, because if it's not, it is a problem. Let's play queens. And I get it, you don't have the queens anymore on the board, but I'm up the pawns. Like, it's not that simple now, and also you have a huge pressure on the bishop. You have to move it somewhere. Yeah, I feel like I have a decent position at least. Now, what can I do? This point, maybe trading some piece couldn't even be that bad. But I need to create some space in order to push my pawns. Another thing I could do, because I don't see a way to push these pawns right now, is creating this pass pawn. Okay, this is another bad move. Now your bishop is just on a bad square. I'm not going to trade, at least right now. Even though, now that I think about it, it's not necessarily bad. Play this, take, going for these pawns. But as I said, I could just go for the pass pawn. Just play this. Take. They have pass pawn. And also free the square for the knight. So yeah, d5 looks good to me. Just saying, I wanted to play d5 anyway. Now it's even better for me, because your piece, I mean, this piece doesn't even make any sense. You play rook d8. I can play rook d1 and push. Alright, I'm going back. I don't see another possible way to defend this pawn. I need to defend the pawn with the rook. And I had to bring the knight on a decent square. The fortunate thing is that this knight is so difficult to maneuver somehow. Like, it can't really go on too many squares. I can't play this because I lose the pawn, obviously. If I play this, where is my knight going? I don't know. This and this. I mean, might be an idea now that I think about it. Another idea could be to play this. Knight on g2, knight on g3. And then we play knight on e3. Ideally, I would like the knight on the square, but there is no way. There is absolutely no way. I mean, it could be easy, but it's not. Alright, it brings the king. Not sure about this choice. I have to be honest. Alright, let's use my knight. I have to use all of the pieces. I would like to use the king as well, but right now, I mean, I don't know. We still have a lot of pieces. Okay, I don't really understand this move. Like, I get it now. I can't play this, but I can just go back. And you gave me a lot of good squares. Let's play something pretty active, because I can't really waste any time. So I'm attacking the pawn. You have to do something about it. And I'm going to play this. So my knight is going to be on a really good square. So I said this move didn't make a ton of sense, but if you think about it, after I played this one, you could have played knight on f6 attacking the pawn. And at that point, I mean, I wouldn't be screwed. I would still try to do something with this knight, but it will give me a lot of problems. But with this move over there, I'm faster and my opponent doesn't get to play that move. So okay, I'm just attacking the rook, pressure on the pawn. I might win the pawn probably. I mean, being up 4 pawns shouldn't be terrible. So I'm going to play rook d4, attacking the pawn. I could play bishop e5, this is probably a move. Right, he decided to defend, and now I thought, because now there isn't pressure on the pawn, I thought I could have just played this. Attacking the pawn. Probably had to push it and create weaknesses. And at this point I can go for this. Yeah. You can push, but I don't really care. I need to play really active moves. Now if you play this, I figure I could even go back probably. And then you leave me this space for my pawn. If you play this thinking you tap my rook, in reality you just blunder this pawn. And if you push, I probably am going to give a check first. So now your king doesn't make any sense. I'm wondering if he has any tactic at this point. So let's say I take, he's going to give a check. I move. Can attack the knight a ton of times. So yeah, clever move by my opponent. Really clever move. And I'm going to counter this with this one. So you can't really win this rook because there is the knight defending. Let's say you take the knight, I just attack the rook and the bishop at the same time, so that shouldn't work. So by playing this move I threatening to take, because let's say you give a check, I can attack you this way. You pin my rook, I win the rook. So it should work. And I guess I'm threatening to take now. Take, bishop take, take. But there is knight take. Or you just take this one. If I take rook take, I get it. What if I play this? Attacking the rook. If you play this, I just take the rook, you take mine, I take the bishop. Pressure everywhere. I play this. You play this, pinning my rook. I win the rook. Yeah, let's play this one. Okay, just the really simple solution. I pretty much have to play this. And now I have bad position. Bad position because I missed the tactic. You still can't play this probably? Oh, you actually could. Because you have this. You have these. Attacking my rook, and after the rook goes back, this fucking works. Yo, this guy is not 1700. Jesus Christ. Alright, I need him to play something really stupid. Like really stupid, and I might have a chance. But now I'm just down a lot of material. The good thing is that the king is out of the game right now. There isn't an easy way to activate it. I mean, to do something decent with the king. You want to move this rook, which is not doing a lot. But yeah, I think this just solves everything. You play this and I can resign. But I could play this. What if I push anyway, rook take, and doesn't make a queen, rook take, I make a queen? So push, rook take, push. This point you play this. Give check, king move, I make a queen, but then you sacrifice. We'll play this, but looks terrible. Yeah, let's hope he blunders somehow. Don't really know how, to be honest. He took. Push. If you take, you give me a chance to draw at least, because I have a queen, and the queen is tricky. Nope. I mean, even in this case, I can have a chance to draw. But it's so slight. So if I manage to play pretty much all the pawns, I might be able to draw. But I mean, you win this, I'm going to win this. So it's not that simple. But man, let's see if this guy knows how to play the endgame too. This is winning 100%. Just has to find the right move. Like for example, you could start attacking my rook. At that point, let's say go for this. Yeah, I mean, you can push, I'm going to push, so I'm not going to lose the pawn, but it's terrible, the rook get in. Ton of pressure. The knight has a really good outpost. So probably taking is a mistake. Yeah. Yo. How on earth is this guy 1700? And he's not cheating, I'm not going to say that. He plays too well. Okay, let's attack this. Yeah, there is still a slight glimmer of hope. Let's say I push this, okay. Then I left with the pass pawn. I could use the pawn to disc that team and win this. And I guess rook and knight versus rook is a draw. Okay, this is a new target, but he's in time to defend it. So I'm just going to use my king at this point. And go for g3. I start with this move anyway. You move the rook, I win this. Threatening to play this. And also blocking the knight. Because obviously he's threatening to play this and win the pawn. If he wins this, okay, GG. But if you play knight on d2, it's not that scary. Another good move. Let's go for g3. Take. The king now is on a better square probably. And I have a pass pawn. Still some work to do. A lot of work to do. Because I'm really curious to see how am I supposed to win this. Alright, I don't understand this move. I think he wants to play this. Alright, I start with rook c1. Attacking the knight. Let's say you play knight d2. I have a rook c2. The knight doesn't have a tone square, so you can defend it or probably you have to go back. You could even play this, but the point is really close to get up. I'll play Rook c7. Rook c7, you move this one or win the pawn. Let's play this, not a terrible move. Will still blunder, I don't think he's going to, considering the way he played till now. Yeah. Preventing this. You have this anyway. But I can at least defend the pawn. Even though I started to get a kind of passive position. Yeah, then like 9. So difficult to play this. You play this, which, I mean, I saw it. I thought it wasn't that scary. Well, probably it is. Let's say you play this, I thought Rook c5. Right, I don't understand this one. Just getting away from possible checks. If you move the knight, I have this. Like the king. Yeah, as I said, I had to use this pawn in order to distract him and try to win this. So after I win this becomes pretty weak. And the goal will be to win everything, of course, but not that simple. So what can I do? What can I prevent? We'll play this. We'll play this too. I'm going to play this one. So in case you play this, I can push, even a check, and move the rook after that. But yeah, I feel like pretty close to be absolutely destroyed. Let's hope he's going to spend a lot of time, and let's see. Okay, he's a move. I'm not saying he's not. Not saying he's not. What can I do now? Give a check, he moves. Okay, let's give a check. Attack the knight. Once again, I need to play active moves. I can't give my opponent the chance to play what he wants. Oh, thank God. He blundered the knight. He blundered the knight. We might win this at this point. Alright, now I'm happy. Now I'm really happy. I was, you know, really scared to lose 15 points. Now, let's see if I can show you some proper technique. Okay. Let's defend everything. No need to rush. If you play this, I play this and I figure something else, probably. Yeah. I give a check and I see. Now we are talking. So go back, defending the pawn, and try to get in. If you play this, I might even push and say, listen man, your king now is cut off. Your king is cut off. So you need to use your forces in order to prevent these two pieces to do a lot of damage. And I'm not sure you can do that. Not really sure. Was thinking if I play this, you can cut the king off. So I'm just going up, then to attack the rook. You play this, I think I play this, I could even play this, probably is better. Then I need to give a check. And this is looking good for us. Let's go! Alright. Didn't lose 15 points. Let's check the analysis. Obviously, it's not the best game ever. But yeah, my opponent played a really, really good game. So, keep going, man. Alright, so. And I guess I'm playing... wait, I was playing as white. Okay, fine. I'm playing a Colli system, okay? So this is theory. I was wondering if I could play this. I knew this was a move. I didn't know if knight on h3 was a move. Knight on h3, yes, kind of a move. But yeah, bishop d3 is better. c4 is playable. Bishop d3 is the good one, because now the queen is stronger. Now we can castle and we can go for c4 probably. c4 always makes sense, because not only you put pressure, but you also have the idea to play knight c3 if you need it instead of knight d2. So always a good one. So what I did made sense. If you go for d4, you should be better, which is true. I was indeed better. And now I played this one. It wasn't terrible. There isn't a really good discovery. And I decided to sacrifice. So this was the mistake, which is not even a mistake. I mean, I thought I was winning, so this was a mistake. But apparently there is a way to defend. Apparently I should have played rook on e5 instead of rook on e4. I didn't play rook on e5 because Okay, you want to go for this? And they play f5, but you win this. Okay, I played the rook on e4. And the punish is just king h8. So what I have to do is not going for this, because I was going for this, but is going for this, the attack on this file, on the h file, and not on the g file. This was my mistake, and now I'm worse. And now I'm losing. Alright, made sense. Yeah, now it was really difficult to play, although I think I played this decently. Didn't play this bad. Listen, the move, you said, the move is knight on f3 or knight on d3, just choose one. They are both fine, you said. Well, apparently you're stupid stockfish. So, yeah, playing queens was a mistake, bad mistake. Obviously, you could have kept pieces, and I mean, you could have defended the pawn. As simple as that. Like, you find a way to defend this, I don't know, you push or do something else. Apparently the move is bishop on f8, attacking the queen. And it should be kind of fine, but in this case you just lose the pawn. And now what can I do? Apparently the move is c5. How can I play c5 and leave this? Come on, c5 is stupid. c5, g3. Yeah, this was a mistake, as I said, as I realized after. This is just weak. This is just a weak pawn. It's not easy to defend it. I mean, I can't die, but it's not easy. Yeah, this was a really clever move. The fact is that he played this. I don't know why he played this. He should have just played the knight on f6. Knight on f6, how am I going to defend this? I don't know, man. I actually don't know. So yeah, this was bad, because now you give me the chance to make the knight more active. And as you can see, at this point, I was worse, but probably not losing. Around -1. This was bad because of knight on f6. But yeah, this was bad in general. Now, I mean, it was so difficult to play, it was so difficult to calculate everything. Now you have this, which is a good move. I don't know why it says it's inaccurate. I play this and you have this one. The only thing I have to do now is probably giving the rook. You see, if I don't, and I play in rook on c2, I mean rook on c1 as is suggesting, I have, oh, you don't have these, I'm dumb. But you have discoveries. Yeah, come on, man. It was too difficult. Although I missed, I missed everything. Alright, I decided to take, and this is the last glimmer of hope. As you can see, I'm down a ton of material, but apparently it's not like crazy over. Well, apparently now it is. As I said, if you play knight on e5, you win. As simple as that. If you play knight on e5, I can just resign. But he didn't do that. And pawn on h6. And you give me a glimmer of hope, as you see, because now you have to give me the rook, and I just down a piece and up a pawn. It's not holdable, as I said, but if your opponent doesn't play correctly, it might be. It might be. And, I mean, endgames are not easy, and as you can see, there is always hope. I mean, there is hope if you're down a piece and up one pawn, and also there is hope if you're playing against someone who is 400 points lower rated than you. I think against the 2200 I would have designed at this point. So he played king on f6 and now g3. Makes sense. Still losing, but now it's not really easy for my opponent. I have this pass pawn, I can try to do something. He's trying to activate his pieces, but I think I'm doing a good job trying to be delicate, trying to play decent moves. Blocking the knight with the rook makes sense. And now we can just push, taking some space, and hope that everything is going to be fine. So king on g4. And now rook on c5. As I said, if you play this, I have this. Oh wait, actually this blunders the knight, so I can see why I didn't play that. Play this move. Now I give a check, the king move. And now, okay, made a terrible mistake. This blunders the knight. What can you do instead of playing this? I don't know. Rook on g6. And I'll figure. As you can see, you can win. The rest to be away, but it's not simple. It's not simple because I have this pawn is really annoying. I have a rook that, I mean, still does his job despite the fact I'm down a piece, so it is really difficult to win anyway. But after you blunder the piece, as I said, he's probably winning. It's probably, I mean, in this case it's not, because the king still gets in, still does whatever he wants. But now I played the terrible move. Now I played king on d6. King on d6 loses 100%. Because now the king can't reach, all of this side of the board. And I just need a pawn and a king to make a queen. You have to sacrifice the rook and I'm going to win. So yeah, at this point it was pretty easy to win and he resigned. It makes sense. Let's say you play this, I'm going to play this probably. But apparently not. I'm going to play king on h5. Makes sense because if you play this now, I have a king on g5. I push the pawn, man, and there is nothing to do. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and subscribe, and see you soon in the next video.